to just take this time to talk about something that happened here about 3 weeks ago. Um, September 7th, it was a Saturday. Halong Bay is one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. It is
Beautiful.
just a gorgeous place, and it was hit by a typhoon. It took a direct
Big
hit.
one.
Yeah. So, from everything that I've read here in Vietnam, in English, I might add, it was the biggest storm in like 70 years. It really caused a lot of devastation, and you can see that as we look around. They lost over 30 boats, tourist boats here in the harbor, which is kind of a drop in the bucket when you really look around, because there's 100 plus.
There's a lot of tourist ships.
A lot of them. But just to see the 30 kind of washed up on shore, and the damage and the devastation just in that industry alone was pretty impactful.
And they did know it was coming. So there were not tourists on these ships, on any ships. The government had said everybody needs to be off by this period of time. And the ships had taken shelter in the little coves. Halong Bay has almost 2,000 islands. So if you kind of hide in there, it helps. But apparently some people did not have good hiding places, or they didn't get there in time or something. And some crew members' lives were lost.
Yeah, some crew member lives were lost in this. Also, as the typhoon moved inland, lots of mudslides and devastation. They've actually, at this point, which like I said is about 3 weeks after the fact, they have 318 people dead from the story. And there's still a lot of people missing. Yeah, not from the story, from the storm. And still a lot of people missing.
Yeah, it devastated a lot of northern Vietnam, and also hit in China and the Philippines, I believe.
Thailand and China, and there's a lot of places that it struck, but
it had some damage. But Vietnam got a direct hit.
This
area was the epicenter.
Yeah, and so it kind of changes the way you travel when something like this happens, because you don't know what to expect.
Yeah, we really questioned whether we should come. We already had scheduled two-night, 3-day cruises in separate areas of Halong Bay, as well as a 1-day cruise. So we were contacting our travel agent saying, should we go? We don't want to add to the problem.
Right.
And a lot of other passengers we talked to, because we did come, had the same thing. They were contacting saying, we don't want to come into a mess that you're already dealing with. Is it even still going on? All of those things. So we did have those questions.
Right. And it was interesting because as a country and as a people, they really got right back up on their feet and just started going.
Vietnam is used to a lot of rain and a lot of storms every year and flooding. And they know how to clean it up quick and rebuild, because there were a lot of roofs off, especially through this, through basically Haiphong to Halong Bay, this whole area around the port. There's tile missing on roofs. There's trees torn down and torn apart. There's roofs missing entirely. Shacks knocked over.
One of the gentlemen that was a tour guide on our last day cruise, we were talking with him about it, and he was talking about how his family was sheltering in their house, and they could see that the roof was starting to move back and forth, and so they all ran to another home. And then he said, I just watched my roof blow away.
Yeah, and there's a lot of roofs piled up.
Yeah, and the problem with that is that it's the beginning of the rainy season here.
Right, so they're in a panic trying to get a new roof.
Right.
But as far as the bay goes itself, there are fishing villages out there in Halong Bay. And we did visit one, and also some other pier areas where kayaks are stored, and there's entrances to cave systems. And there's quite a lot of damage out there.
Yeah. Because of that, though, there's a lot of styrofoam and debris in the water. But it doesn't really hinder your view of the bay.
Now, you can still enjoy a vacation in Halong Bay, even if there's been a major storm or even, you know, a once in a century typhoon that's hit. There's pockets of debris, I would say, and almost kind of little streams of debris.
Yeah.
Kind of some pier materials you see floating, like a bunch of bamboo, or you'll see an area where there's jugs and fishing nets and stuff washed up.
But for the most
isolated.
for the most part, the beauty of this area is just magnificent.
Magical.
Yeah, I mean, you have these huge limestone pillars sticking up out of the water, and they're covered with greenery, and it's just, wow, it really is breathtaking.
We did see a couple of sunken ships, you know, with these cruise ships that go around Halong Bay, and they were pulling them out with crane boats.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing their best to clean it up. And I'm just going to say also, as a tourist or someone who's here, you have the ability to make a difference too by picking up a little bit of trash.
And all of the locals, you know, even the people paddling the bamboo boats are carrying a net on the back, and whenever they see trash, they're scooping it up.
They're just scooping it up little by little.
We had a fantastic tour guide on our second cruise, which was a fairly small ship, so it was a more flexible, you know, itinerary. So we went to swim on a beach, and it had a lot of debris. It was probably one of the dirtier beaches. But it's beautiful sand beach. And so while we're all swimming, he just started cleaning up styrofoam, putting it in a kayak. And next thing you know, like 18 people or whatever we had.
We were all out there picking it all up, loading up our kayaks. We had a separate tender boat that we were able to all ride back in and tow the kayaks. And it's just a great feeling. So as a tourist, you have that ability to make a difference.
Yeah, we're showing you footage as you see it. It was a emotionally rewarding experience.
Yeah.
And you know, there's 2,000 islands and a ton of beaches, and you can't clean them all, but you can clean the one you're on.
That's right.
And if everybody helps a little,
makes a difference.
That's a great thing. And so if you are on a Halong Bay excursion and you're on a dirty beach,
pick some stuff up.
Maybe you can find a way to clean a little bit of it up, and you'll probably feel really good about it. They can watch our whole series on all of our Halong Bay cruises over on Cruise Through Retirement on YouTube. Our other channel will link to it, but we're going to have a whole series over there, so subscribe.
Absolutely.
On the 3 cruises we took and what to look for in a cruise.
Yep.
But we wanted to put this up on Taste Life with Us about
just the impact of it.
And kind of the ethics of it as a tourist.
Yeah.
Because we did talk to a lot of the workers here and what have you, and our travel agent and other passengers. And of course that's a big concern, and you don't want to walk into the middle of a complete crisis situation.
Right.
But you do want to realize that these countries that are used to this kind of thing do recover remarkably fast.
Yes, they do.
And they need the tourism to help fund the rebuilding.
Right.
So they do want us here, and it hasn't been very crowded, but I guess in September it's usually not. And don't let a typhoon scare you away, because September is actually, multiple ones of them have told us, is the best time of year to come.
Yeah.
You have good weather, it's not too hot, it's not too rainy yet, not too foggy, and it's just gorgeous. It's a perfect time to come.
Yeah, it really has been gorgeous and just enjoyable, just flat out enjoyable.
Yeah, it's a great place to celebrate too, and we've got a video over on Cruise Through Retirement of how we celebrated a second honeymoon here.
Yep.
And you'll probably feel really good about it when you leave, just helping keep this place beautiful for everyone to enjoy.
Hey, could you do that on a beach somewhere where there wasn't a typhoon?
You actually could. You could do this on vacation anywhere.
Just one extra piece of trash, whether it be someone else's empty water bottle or a piece of styrofoam or whatever, makes a difference.
It really does. And you can do this. I mean, every beach has these things that wash up. That's normal without storms.
Every trail has pieces of paper that get dropped. I mean, this is just an opportunity to make a difference wherever you are.
Just leave it better than you found it. Always. We taught our kids that when they were little and we went to the park. Leave it better than you found it. And also, don't be part of the problem. Don't leave your trash. If there's no trash can, take it back out with you. Throw it away at your hotel. But never leave your trash anywhere.
No.
Not anywhere.
No.
So, and when you're on a boat, be sure you secure things, because that's unintentional trash, right? When your stuff is just blowing off the boat into the water, you know, you didn't mean it, but you're not going to be able to go back and find it. So just really secure things. When you're on a boat, they fly off.
Yep. Absolutely. Hey, just wanted to take this time to say thank you. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for just commenting, liking, subscribing, all of those great things. They give us that feedback that says, hey, yeah, we are doing something that makes a difference, and we appreciate that greatly.
And please go over to Cruise for Retirement. There's the link below, and we're going to be showing you all about our cruises in Halong Bay, which were just fabulous. You can also check out our Daily Taste, which is a daily-ish vlog of our authentic behind-the-scenes nomad life. And we do have one episode on the behind-the-scenes of this week in Halong Bay.
Yep.
So please do subscribe to all these things, and please do be a responsible traveler.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much for tasting life with us.
And get out there and taste life for yourself.